The death toll from a string of powerful winter storms across the United States is continuing to rise, with over 100 people now confirmed dead across multiple states. The weather is not only harming humans, but also reptiles, with iguanas reported falling from trees after the rare blast. From the northeast to the deep south, back-to-back storms have brought extreme cold, ice, heavy snow and prolonged power outages, with forecasters warning more Arctic wear is on the way. Even as scientists point to a clear pattern, a warming climate is making winter extremes more frequent, more widespread and more deadly. Here's a report.
The United States is reeling from a deadly winter storm that has swept across the country in just 1 week. Two powerful systems, one striking the northeast, the other pushing deep into the south, have left a trail of death, disruption and damage. Officials now confirm at least 110 deaths across states including Kentucky, Mississippi, Tennessee, Louisiana, Texas and New York City. In usually balmy Florida, the cold has been so intense that iguanas are literally dropping from trees. Some say it's raining iguanas in Florida as a rare cold snap grips the southern United States. Wildlife officials say the reptiles are cold-stunned, a condition that occurs when temperatures fall below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, slowing their body functions and leaving them temporarily immobile. Despite appearances, officials say the iguanas are not dead. The cold has temporarily stunned them, slowing their bodies until temperatures rise again.
Very unusual. It's just not something you see every day. The temperatures dropped with a wind chill down into the high teens in some areas we saw in the state, and down here in South Florida down in the 20s with some high winds, so it knocked all the iguanas out of the trees. Gave us a unique opportunity to go out and get some widespread collection done across different areas across the county.
Public health authorities say many of the deaths were caused by hypothermia, carbon monoxide poisoning from improper heating, and weather-related accidents. Risks that multiply when extreme cold combines with power failures.
As of this morning, 16 of our fellow New Yorkers have passed away outside during this brutal stretch of cold. In 13 of these cases, preliminary findings indicate that hypothermia played a role, and 3 of these deaths appear to be overdose deaths. We await final results from the medical examiner's office and will inform New Yorkers as we learn more. Each of these lives lost is a tragedy. My heart was with the family of those mourning their loved ones.
The National Weather Service recorded nearly 10 inches of snow in parts of the Chicago metro area and northwest Indiana, with lake effect bands intensifying conditions. Before communities could recover, a second system moved south, bringing snow, ice, and blizzard-like conditions to states unaccustomed to such extremes. The Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, and Virginia saw roads turn treacherous, leading to hundreds of accidents and thousands of emergency calls. City crews have removed more than 20 million pounds of snow as infrastructure struggled under prolonged freezing conditions.
For your own safety and for the safety of the people clearing the roads, please stay at home if you possibly can. This is no joke. This weekend, we saw more than 1,000 collisions, including 2 fatalities, and a major traffic jam involving more than 100 vehicles on I-85. I want to thank the State Highway Patrol, the North Carolina National Guard, and local law enforcement for clearing that traffic jam in fewer than 3 hours.
The storms also exposed the fragility of power systems. More than 100,000 homes and businesses in the southeast remained without electricity as of Monday, many having been in the dark for days. In Tennessee, utility officials say full restoration could take up to 2 weeks. Meanwhile, air travel descended into chaos. Nearly 4,000 flights were cancelled over the weekend, with Charlotte Douglas International Airport emerging as one of the hardest-hit hubs. Meanwhile, forecasters say the danger is far from over. Another surge of Arctic air is expected to reinforce bitter cold across the eastern half of the country, with wind chills dropping well below zero in some regions. Coastal flooding and strong winds remain a threat along parts of the east coast. Meteorologists say this series of events underscores a growing reality. As the climate warms, the jet stream is becoming more unstable, allowing polar air to plunge farther south and stay longer. The result is not fewer winter storms, but more intense and deadly ones. Experts warn that without major investments in resilient infrastructure, emergency preparedness and emissions reductions, such disasters will become more frequent and more fatal. As temperatures plunged below freezing, people experiencing homelessness were among the most vulnerable to the storm's deadly cold. A number of people seeking refuge surged as the cold intensified, forcing many off the streets and into temporary shelters to escape the risk of hypothermia.
So when it's colder outside and you don't know anyone, like right now, I don't have friends or family from here. Like I said, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, so it's difficult for me to just be outside. I would have no place to go if it wasn't for this place.
For millions still without power, heat, safe roads, or shelter, this is not a theoretical debate. It is a climate crisis unfolding in real time, one that is costing lives.